Hey guys, it's me, Connor. I was just about to do some push-ups here, but I thought that, when I'm just multitasking here and bringing up to date with what's happening over in Ring of Honor. And you see, last time, Donny B died. You remember? I'm sure you do. He died, went away back to some planet, hell, and in his place now is Gabe Sapolsky, the man who runs this shit. He's making his debut, and we're gonna love it. You're all gonna love it. Gabe. Gabe.
Do you remember 21st night, September? Love was changing the mask.
Your attention, please. Will the new presenters of the Saturday show please?
Okay, I will do this. There we go. End of conversation. Time for REMP. I am occupado. I'm occupado, John.
Okay, occupado and time to get unfucking scripted, bitch.
Oh,
Hey,
that
bitch.
gave you.
Hey, bitch. It's unscripted, bitch.
I didn't get the impression that Gabe was so vulgar on this show. It was more just like, I mean, what does unscripted mean to you, Eva?
That means they ain't following no damn script.
Oh, the way that Gabe Sapolsky was regarding it, it was like, oh whatever could happen here tonight, considering it's unscripted. It's like what? Like it just felt very vague, and I wasn't sure exactly what it entailed. But yeah, this show is sans script, Eva.
Yeah, I think our man Gabe, he's finally here on commentary. He said like there was some kind of change to plans or something, and now it's unscripted. Why would you just say that as the title of your show?
Well, the initial change comes as the first visual that we see on the show. There's no real, this is just like the preamble to the intro. It's Paul London. He's in there, and that announcer guy, he is just telling him like, hey, Spanky was meant to be your partner, but he's fucking off, so what the fuck are you going to do now, Paul London? And Paul's like, well, I have a new partner for the ROH Tag Team Title Tournament, and you know what, it's American Dragon. The American Dragon comes out, he's got a UFO shirt on. Meanwhile, Paul London himself, it must be said, has a Spider-Man shirt on. Both looking
Spider-Man.
real Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Both of them just looking real cool. And fortunately, though, they have this alliance here. They're both students of Shawn Michaels and Rudy Boy, right? It seems as if this is just going to go off without a hitch. But then Michael Shane comes out, the man for whom Shawn Michaels' blood flows through his veins. He's clutching his nuts at first, but then he gets in the ring and he's okay. And soon enough, they come to blows. Do he and Paul London? As you'll know, Eva, previous time we were at Ring of Honor, they were not on good terms. Indeed, it's culminated in the blood feud for them now.
They are not friends.
Not friends, not even colleagues. The business relationship does not exist for them. And then, Paul London, he says to do a shooting star press to Michael Shane, as you do when you're brawling around. And then he gets back in the ring, right? And he tells American Dragon, I am sorry, but we must just like call this off, because I gotta face Michael Shane tonight. You go find a partner yourself. So, you know, like the script has been thrown out at this juncture, you know.
This is unscripted, bitch. Bitch. Hey, bitch.
Hey, bitch.
Hey, bitch. You wanna have a ladder match, bitch?
Good times. And, you know, so, this is the debut of Gabe Sapolsky as commentator. And
fuck yes.
I thought it was really good. Like, definitely way better than, you know, like the other commentators that have been here for ROH. You know why? Just right off the bat, it's because, like, you know, he like, it reminds me of like some sort of like the person behind a singer, right? Like a songwriter who, like, you know, they themselves like would not be able to, or at least they don't feel as if they'd be able to like sing the words that they write or the symphonies that they, you know, compose properly. So they get someone else, like a nice little face for the public to properly do it. Meanwhile, they themselves, like, they can sing it, but like it's just like, you know, it feels like less refined. And this feels the way of Gabe Sapolsky, where we've been seeing Donnie B, Steve Carell, whatnot. They've acted as like you know, hosts for this parasite of Gabe Sapolsky, and they've done so quite annoyingly. But now you see Gabe Sapolsky just act on his own, and he just like sounds so sleepy and so monotone in his like whole
Sleepy
thing
Gabe.
that like Sleepy Gabe it doesn't like achieve that annoyance factor that those other two used to give me. Instead, it reminds me of Stephen Quadros and Bass Rutten on Pride. It just makes me like feel like I could go to sleep, listen to this, you know, a lot more pleasant.
Wow, I wasn't expecting this pro Gabe sentiment. Give it time.
Yeah,
give it time. I think you'll be taking back those words.
well, you know, like it's that's just what I look from a commentary, you know, like a train announcement, just like that. And I like as well how him having a pseudonym, right? One might wonder why.
Oh yes, he's Chris Lovey.
He's Chris Lovey, but we know he's Gabe. But like it has, I think it serves a function, right? And my theory is as follows: it's so that, like, you know, it's so that he can go like, "Wow, this booking is very good," because he does such things like throughout the show. He just compliments like his own vision. Oh, very good.
Yeah, we don't get into some like top tier Gabeism from the commentary on this show, but like I say, we'll give it time, and he still has his moments on here. So,
what about this Ray Moreau fella?
Yeah, he would have been. Remember when we saw it was the origin of Gabe voice, where the segment where Gabe, Rob Feinstein, and someone else were in a computer room. I think Ray Moreau.
The mythical someone else?
Yeah, he's the mythical somebody else. He's another guy.
Amazing.
But yeah, I think he would have been.
Distinguish those two voices.
I think he would have been an important figure with the money or the editing or something in these years.
Oh,
I think he died.
Amazing.
So rip. Wow, just laughing at his death. I see.
You just need to throw that in, huh? Just like
well, that's all I really know about it, is that he was a big deal for the company in the early years, but now he's fucking dead, mate.
You know something, Eva? I wouldn't have complained if like you just say, "Go, oh, I think he did some answers, so I don't know." Like, I mean, okay, let's move on. But you thought, "Oh, Connor must know more about this guy." I think he died.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not going to double check, but it's probably safe to assume that he is no longer with us.
Ring of Honor is unscripted, but the, even at this fundamental point, it still follows a script of having a tag title tournament. You got to be consistent with how unscripted you are. But unfortunately, it falls short in this manner.
Yes,
this tag title tournament.
We have a tag title tournament, not 4 tournaments leading to one thing this time.
Yes,
which I feel is a missed opportunity. I like it when they have 4 tournaments for one thing.
Yeah, the last time it was the Thinking Man's tournament, but this time this is the tournament for us dum dums. Tournament. This tournament starts off with the first match of that evening. It's the ACT versus the Prophecy.
Oh shit!
The Prophecy of Donovan Morgan and Christopher Daniels. It's quite funny because Donovan Morgan in the previous times, he didn't seem to have much of an opinion on the Prophecy. This time he's all in on it. He's drinking that Kool-Aid, as you would say in our English parlance, and he's just like all the fans who bow to Christopher Daniels as per usual. A very popular man. So all his entrance, because you just gotta do it. You just gotta show how over this guy is. Epic pop,
He's freaking over, bitch. It's unscripted, bitch.
Yes,
that's indeed one of Gabe's first lines on commentary to tell us that the show is called Unscripted, because they really had to throw the format sheet out the window with this one, folks. Anything can will happen.
Well, you portray it as if he's, as if he is being like Shane Douglas, like that, just going like, I'm throwing out the script. But the way he brings it up, it just seems as if he regards it as like an element that he cannot control. It's like, oh well, it is unscripted. I can't do anything about that. But SAT, they get to this match here.
I want to hear him commentate on scripted, where he's just like, okay, now go over there. punch him, hit him with a chair. All right, pinfall now. Great. That'd be a good show.
And Christopher Daniels, oh, wait a second. No, you know what I was going to say? I was going to say that Gabe, I was going to imagine a world where Gabe is commentating on Unscripted, and he's going like, oh, he hits that move. I'm not surprised because I wrote that in the script, right? However, given the way he comes across in this show, I think that's just the way he was operating. He was just like not surprised at anything because he booked it all.
Yeah, I know that something Gabe does a lot on commentary is sort of like, oh, that could have caused like a fractured ankle there, if he knows for a fact that somebody got a fractured ankle or something. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Damn, that looks like the kind of injury that could cause, yes, a fractured ankle.
That might cause let me just check my text messages, guys. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. So what about this ACT versus Prophecy match?
It was an alright opener. Snappy did not stay in front of us long. We see a single person's Spanish lie, which is obviously like the most common version of it now, but back then it was novel.
Yeah. Yeah, it was, it like, it warranted distinction. It was great.
Yeah.
Somehow they get into there's a cat fight that goes on here, isn't there? Because there's a fan in the crowd that Simply Luscious takes umbrage with, and then they get into shenanigans. This girl, she does a big moonsault off the top. I don't think that this girl is just any fan. That's what Gabe says.
I would have to agree with Gabe there. I'm not certain, but I feel like that might be Trinity, because she did moonsaults, didn't she? Trinity.
I don't know. You'll be the Trinity expert among us.
You know Trinity. Come on, everyone knows Trinity.
She was the lady on ECW. What with the boobies?
Yeah, she's in TNA as well, and she did moonsaults. She did one off a cage once. Yeah, it's probably her. It's probably.
Okay, cool. Well,
glad we got that sorted out.
I'm glad she's here. She, like usual matches, this would seem to be the turning point wherein, the SC team must win now, but they do not. Prophecy, they are very sneaky people, so they get the win.
Sneaky dogs.
Sneaky angel.
The sneaky angel. Christopher Daniels.
Christopher Daniels.
Christopher Daniels. So, yeah, a fine opener, and then we see, oh my god, it's Dick Togo, Ikuto Hidaka, backstage.
Wow.
They meet the Christopher Street connection, and my eyes lit up, but unfortunately, the Christopher Street connection just make jokes about them being Chinese. Gabe,
yeah,
you squander so much potential every day.
Yeah.
That could have been a great segment.
Togo, he rejects their life philosophy in a very compelling way because they hand him a banana and he breaks the banana dramatically.
My banana.
And my banana. Then they tell him to go away. Oh, it's crazy. And then they this is them being established as baby faces, Hidaka and Togo. So it's great. And then the next segment,
they will not be having gay sex tonight.
Yes. The next segment, right? It's quite interesting to me because the FBI are there. That's not the name that's not the freaking
FBI. We ain't a comedy act no more. Hey, come on now. Cut the gimmick crap.
The tag team name James Bartato doesn't want you to know. They're there, him and Tony Mamaluk, and it's quite interesting because a guy comes up to them and says, "Okay, guys, give me your CD." It's the sound guy. This is something that goes on apparently before every single wrestling show. He just comes up to me like, "Give me your music," and then the whole premise of this is that James Bartato is like Tony Mamaluk. He gives a CD to the guy, and James goes, "No, Tony. Oh, look, this is old music. This is our new music. Go play that." And then Tony, while James Bartato is walking away, he does some chicanery. these are just the CD cases. Oh my god.
Oh. I liked that little argument. It's like, not that gimmick crap. But this is our song.
But this is a song. Oh, beautiful. So then we get on to Ikuto Hidaka and Dick Togo versus the formerly known as FBI. Who knows what their new name is? They come out, they do the FBI, and it's Tony's music, and so James Maritato is just like, what the hell? This ain't the right music, and it's just like already he's bothered.
What the crap?
What the? Oh, amazing! This match gets underway. Gabe. He's really invested in the storyline that he's written, isn't he? Because he makes a mistake of calling James Maritato Guido, and then he catches himself and says, "Excuse me, he's not Lil Guido anymore."
Okay.
Gabe! He's here. Oh, my favourite part of this match was probably Togo versus Mamaluk, which I expected beforehand would be a great combo, but then they got on the mat and really showed off their stuff, and it was pretty good. I also liked Hidaka doing he does it twice where Togo gets a hold on, Hidaka comes in and he does the Sean Capture fingers and he goes, "Yeah!" and then he does a drop kick. It's like, oh, great stuff. And yeah, just even if the FBI could just get on the same page, they'd be so dangerous.
they really would. It's such a tragedy. But this is a really cool match. I got into it quite a lot. It's a nice start with Hidaka and Maritato, and then as you mentioned, the Togo and Mamaluk stuff gets the crowd roaring. They're right into it. Good stuff.
Yeah,
good stuff.
Great stuff. It is finished off by Dick Togo doing a pedigree and then senton after some miscommunication. He gets the senton off. Beautiful, moi, as you would expect, and the Eastside connection, as they're called, they advance to the second round.
Were they both
Amazing
in
stuff.
Noah at the time?
No, Hidaka would have been... Well, they get described as a freelance team, and I can believe that for Togo, because he probably would have just been, like, freelancing. Hidaka was probably free, but he would have been primarily competing in 0-1. Like, his Noah stuff would have just been, like, he went there for a different cup, you remember? And just, like, basic guest spots like that, rather than as a full-time guy. I'm trying to think of Togo's... Because he was in Noah this year.
Yeah.
But I think that might be... Probably. There's probably some, like, spots he did, but no, they're not Noah guys. Anyway, I'll tell you a guy who's neither 0-1 nor Noah. It's Gary Michael Capetta! Oh!
Yeah, this guy keeps popping up. He's talking on that stick to Maritato. Maritato wants to drop the comedy act.
Yeah.
Maritato needs to get a grip. Have a wank, mate. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, like Maritato, he's saying he wants to drop the comedy act. Tony Mamaluk, he says this ain't a comedy act at all. You know, Gary Michael Capetta, he just, this is thing. So, yeah, they want to get it on. Do Tony Mamaluk and James Maritato, but, you know, in the heat of the moment, you might say stuff you regret. You know, they're gonna make it up. You know, they're just gonna shake hands. Oh no!
Oh,
Billy
no!
to Billy by Tony Mamaluk. This is unscripted.
Oh my god, the script has been fucked. Up the bum!
Bum, bum, bum.
Fucking the script in the ass.
Now we're here at James Maritato versus Tony Mamaluk, this inevitable implosion of two Italians, and it's pretty good, I thought, right?
Yeah, it's a short little thing. I think they wrestle again on the next show. Obviously makes sense because it's very short, not a clean finish. It turns into a brawl straight away. Maritato gets busted open. The finish is fucking... Maritato is in the ropes after Mamaluk low-blowed him. So not an honourable finish to this one, for sure.
On two fucking levels, it's a dirty finish. Isn't that unbelievable how low this Tony Mamaluk could go? And I'll tell you something, Gabe, he feels very strongly about his virtues that he's placed. You know why? Because Tony Mamaluk does a cocky pin at some point, right? Where he's just mugging. He's not properly hooking the leg or anything like that. And you know what Gabe's reaction is? He audibly goes,
You ain't hooking the leg? What a fucking amateur.
What a fucking amateur.
Get the fuck out of here with this non-hooking the leg shit.
So Tony, he goes outside the ring. There's this fan that's near the entryway. He pops up a couple of times. He seems like a real fucking piece of shit. And like what he does right here is he puts out his hand for Tony to shake. And then when Tony doesn't do it, he just goes, "Oh fuck you, man! You're a piece of shit." Like, okay, bro, settle down. Take your seat. Drink your soda pop.
I don't think he's drinking a soda pop.
What was that meant to imply?
That he's a drunk asshole.
I would have thought that if he was drinking anything, it would be Jacob.
What now?
Jacob. You know Jacob, right?
No.
It's when you like shit into a jar and then you put a balloon over the jar, let it inflate with like the vapors of your shit, and then you huff the balloon. That's what he did.
Why did you think I'd know what that is?
Well, because I know it.
Hey, I don't want to know what you get up to in your spare time, but I've never heard that in my life.
I learned about it like from a young age, you know, because like it was on 420 chan, like a board for drinking discussion.
Yeah, well, your childhood was corrupted, my friend.
Yes,
I did not go on the 420 chan. I did not make poo balloon.
This purplish guy, he's just going nuts, you know. I don't like it. I don't appreciate it. Tony, he goes away. James, he gets on the mic again. He says, this victory did not count. So he makes a challenge for October 5th. We're gonna have a match wherein...
I didn't come out to my serious music. This does not count. I wanted to come out to my shooter theme.
The stipulations for this match, Eva, October 5th, is if James wins, the FBI is kaput, right?
Oh no!
Let's go. No, that's what you want, James.
Oh yeah!
and if James loses, then the FBI gimmick can go on forever.
Oh no!
Right? And like, not specified in this is whether that means like, okay, does that mean that Tony Mamaluke would just continue doing the FBI gimmick, or does that mean that James Maritato is resigning himself to a lifetime of teaming with Tony Mamaluke? What do you think?
I think it should be a secret third option, which is Maritato has to wrestle all of his matches with like a comedy Italian mustache and go, "Hey, who wants the fucking pizza?"
That's his big high spot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then we fucking get onto a backstage segment. Gary's back, and he's with American Dragon.
Gary's
on the
back.
scene. and like he's just like asking Dragon like, "Hey, Paul London bailed on you for this tag title tournament. Who the heck is going to be your partner?" And then Dragon is like, "Oh, I think I got an idea."
It turns out if American Dragon, he just looked over there, and oh shit, it's Michael Modest from Pro Wrestling Noah. And he's just sat there like, "Hey everybody, it's me, Michael Modest from Pro Wrestling Noah." So that was lucky for Dragon there.
I liked that because like the way that Dragon was setting up was like sort of like, you know, or he looks over and maybe like it pans over and like it's meant to be cinematic, like Michael Modest like, huh, me? Like that, right? But he just kind of goes, "Hey everybody."
Yeah,
It's
amusingly done.
So then they go on to face Divine Storm in another first round match for the ROH tag titles. Modest is quite nice, you know. He has his theme. As his theme is Dragon's old theme that we would have seen in King of Indies, that being Self-Esteem by the Offspring. And I was like, oh, cool. In this match, Michael Modest goes sicko mode.
Yeah, this was like my surprise match of the night. Like, in terms of how much I got really into it, like I just thought it was fucking great, and it was like low key great. Just like fucking all four of them got like quite a lot of shine really early on, and like that's just really simple and good. Modest goes fucking ham with some fantastic forearms. I haven't seen much Mike Modest before, but he made fucking great account of himself in this match.
Yeah, the elbows in the corner were just like, you know, it really makes you like stand up in your seat. What did you think of his signature spot, which is he attempts to do an elbow drop, but then he just goes, "Ah," like gives a thumbs up.
It's good. It's good. I like him.
It's very good.
Quiet Storm looks slick early on as well, and Gabe says he looks awesome. He's looking awesome now. Absolutely awesome.
Gabe has a fucking gem in this match, you know, and that has to do with
I know what you're gonna say.
with an oft discussed thing on this show, which is the Uranage, right?
Oh, I don't know what you're gonna say.
Now we've become used, right, to the way that people mispronounce it, that being the Uranagi, right? the
Uranagi, mate.
The time-tested accusation, right? However, Gabe decided to go one level further, just like a fucking alpha mode king shit thing, and he calls it a urinage.
He was just urinating all over the place.
I was in pieces after that. What was it you were expecting me to say about Gabe Sapolsky during this match then?
Well, Gabe says of Michael Modest that he looks like an enlarged 8-year-old midget to me. What's with this guy's look? And like, Gabe, come on. We've seen your fucking grappling hook hair potting with your greasy bowl cut and your sweaty clothes. Simmer down. What's with your look, bruv? What's with your fucking look?
An 8-year-old midget?
That's what he said. An enlarged 8-year-old midget.
Very specific from Gabe. Michael Modest. He's got a big head, but we love him. And here he does a pretty cool thing that I think I've seen him do before, which is that he does a fisherman suplex off at the top, you know. And so like it just is like perfect execution, except it's just done off the second rope. It's crazy, and he wins with that. A very good match with a very good team.
Yes.
Michael Modest, the miraculous man he is, comes out here and does some good shit. American Dragon, he does and that's pretty cool. We follow on with the Carnage crew. They're here.
Yeah, they're pissed.
At FanFest.
They're pissed because they've not been considered for this tournament. They've been snubbed. They're going to make their own fucking tournament. And their tournament is them deciding to kill a couple of ring crew guys. They do so. They win. The winners of their own tournament. The Carnage crew.
These detestable brawlers, they decide to, accost some guys. This is during FanFest, which, they don't give any detail to it, or it's FanFest and it appears to be, I don't know, some meet and greet convention of some kind with a ring set up. There's a couple like cuts to FanFest where, it's just these angles where something happens in the ring and initially everyone around is sort of like not paying attention to it. It's like, they want to get an 8x10 signed diva, but then they'll catch on to it and be like, oh, and you'll think, okay.
Indeed.
Now, it would seem as if this is the extent of the rebellion shown by Carnage crew, right? They have made their point.
You'd certainly bloody think so.
They won their own tournament. All seems well. It seems as if they are satisfied. But then we get this apparent match between the Hit Squad and Natural Born Sinners. Now you know, Eva, that this is a feud that's set up in itself, wherein the Hit Squad and Natural Born Sinners, former friends turned enemies due to vague feuds and whatnot. But so now they're going to settle it here. The Hit Squad come out, and then, oh no, here comes the Carnage crew.
oh no. They're just causing carnage.
That's Gabe, right? Gabe. Yeah. Gabe, right? He's like, Gabe is like, oh well, the Carnage crew are attacking them here. I'm hearing there's something going on backstage. Apparently, the Natural Born Sinners got attacked, and Boogaloo's career is in danger.
Oh no, Boogaloo's career is danger. I feel like we're never going to see Boogaloo again now. Gabe has killed him off. Because he doesn't last long before Homicide goes singles, so like, yeah, I feel like we've seen him for the last time. Which is a shame, because I feel like it's alright.
Boogaloo is good, and I'm sad if that's the last time. But it's just how Gabe was just like he must not be able to help himself because he booked it. He like went over it like 3 times or whatever. So he's just like, Carnage crew attacking them, and we're hearing from backstage that Boogaloo has been compromised to a permanent end. Oh no.
Boogaloo has been murked and throttled to a permanent end.
And then Gabe says regarding Homicide, Homicide, he's pretty pissed. So that whole thing continues as well.
Yeah.
And then
So
okay.
this last first round tournament match, call it Sabu because it's fucking cancelled.
Well, it's more cancelled. It's the first ever no contest in Ring of Honor, Eva.
Oh my god! Write this down in the record books.
Gabe, like he doesn't like wait for the referee to call off whatever. Like this happens, and it's like, oh, I bet this will be a no contest, Ray. And the Ray's like, yeah, I guess so. And then I'm sure Shaft's like, oh, I guess it really is a no contest. Wow, the first no contest in Ring of Honor.
And then Gabe says American Dragon and Donovan Morgan will go straight to the finals. They're not the teams, you buffoon.
Oh!
I
never noticed that.
Yeah, I had to rewind to check that he said it. So like at this point, I had no idea who gets to buy into the final. So thanks, Gabe. Thanks, Gabe.
Now wait a second. Right now, okay, I hadn't actually thought about this before until now, right? American Dragon and Michael Modest are the ones who get the bye, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why isn't it the Prophecy? They're the heel team. Why are
I
they
was,
the ones making the...
I was thinking this while watching it. So,
yeah, like what? Why are they the ones who get to be the big... Oh, we were so...
It really was
so
kind
valiant.
of... It really was kind of a bummer because I was like getting into this. It's like, man, this might be like better than ROH Honor Invades Boston, like so far with these first round matches, and then they just kind of like make the rest of the tournament not really make much sense, and it's a shame.
Oh, Gabe. But it's okay.
Gabe.
Then we get on to... So now the Hit Squad and Natural Born Sinners are both knocked out of the tournament. Boogaloo's dead. Oh no.
Rip. Rip Boogaloo.
Then we get on to this second round match. The Prophecy, the valiant fighters they are. Oh, they're just gonna go ahead with this second round, because they're so fucking heroic, Eva, They start from Morgan and Christopher Daniels. They're against Hidaka Togo, and I think it's a pretty good match as well. Commentary, there's a point where Hidaka does an eye poke early in the match, and then later on Morgan comes back with his own eye poke, and then that's when commentary's like, oh, look at that, an eye poke. What depth was Donovan Morgan not slipped to? Hey,
you know how you said Spider-Man earlier? Gabe hopefully informs us that in Japan, Christopher Daniels is known as Curryman.
Curryman, yeah. Oh yeah.
Everybody loves that Curryman run.
Yeah. They really try and sell us as like a veritable mixing pot of a melting pot rather of just like Japan promotions, because goddamn, he's been in New Japan, he's in Noah, he's in 01, he's freelance, all the stars are here. I was just a bit sad that Hidaka didn't pull out the Big Sean capture signature move he's known for, but he did pull out another little one wherein he gets kicked out and he rolls through the bottom rope, catches onto it, and then rebounds back to do a spinning heel kick. Eva, do you know what this move is called?
No.
It's called I'll Be Back.
Whoa.
Yeah. It was such a revelation to me. First time I saw that move, right? And the chorus went, oh, I'll be back. It was lovely. Gabe, it's really beautiful having him on commentary, just seeing how much he believes in all of his own stuff, he brings up as a factor in this match, the Japanese contingent really will be at a disadvantage, because they were not staying at their own house. They were staying at somebody else's house.
Who even knows whose house?
It's fucking arbitrary fucking shit. And he's still just all about it, it's great. And then there's a truly inspired fucking monologue he goes on, right? Wherein Donovan Morgan, he goes for a cover, it gets 2. And then he goes for another cover, and that also gets 2. And then Gabe, he just goes, Donovan Morgan knows it's all about getting that pin, and in this business, it's all about getting that win, which means you can't get the win unless you go for the pin. So it can't have to take it, put some physical, take it, you should kick it. Oh, that's beautiful.
Okay.
What do you think of this match?
It was okay. I definitely preferred Togo and Hiraka against the FBI, and I probably preferred Prophecy against the SAT as well. Slightly better pace to those matches in particular, but this was still fine.
Yeah.
Probably
Finish.
would have been better to have Dragon and Mike Modest. It would make sense on multiple levels.
It would make sense, yes, and it's just crazy, but and then like a dirty finish here.
We don't need sense. This is unscripted, bitch.
Yes, a dirty finish here because goddamn Donovan Morgan, he catches the leg of Hidaka, makes it so he can't kick out. Disgraceful.
That's a fucking disgrace.
It's a fucking disgrace. Then we can move on to some. This is non-tournament action here. This is not for the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships. Rather, it is for honor.
Yeah. So Dunn against Alex Arion. Alex Arion is accompanied by Prince Nana. This is Prince Nana's latest project. Of many that he will have. Prince Nana's out there talking, can't hear you, mate. He puts on a helmet because he's remembering he got kicked in the fucking head by Loki. He's still cautious about. He's ahead of the curve and is conscious about CTE in this pre-Benoit world. The match is absolutely nothing though. Alex Ariel wins. Yeah. Wow, amazing. Marcos is with Dunn. He says they're the top tag team in Ring of Honor, and they're going to rock you like a hurricane. Keep up that hope.
This makes Prince Nana, with head protection and all, get it on with Marcos. It's not even really a match. He just kind of he just does the big butt to Marcos.
Yeah, he batters them with big bottoms to the face.
Yes, and then he continues cutting promo. He takes off the head protection, which is unfortunate because somehow his words piss off Alex Arion, and he then super kicks him in that horrible little head he has.
oh, check his head. So now the Christopher Street connection rushed down. They're with Alison Danger and a new friend, the Japanese pool boy.
Yes, scandalous man.
I believe we read his name on a fucking ECWA card or something like that.
Yes, yes, we probably did. The Christopher Street connection, they have taken a lot of interest in Prince Nana, as we've seen in the past. This time, they've got him where they want him, on the ground. and and then, like, Buffy and Mace, they go to, fondle him, right? And then Buffy, he tells Mace, check his head. And then, like, hey, what are you doing on his penis?
Hey, no, not that head, you fucking buffoon.
And Mace was like, oh, I thought you were referring to his glands. And like, fortunately, though, and it's corrected, and they just like smooch his big fat head. Yeah, and then after
they give him little kisses on his forehead instead. But then he runs away.
He runs away, and then seemingly they are married right there and then.
Yeah, they start kissing. OMG, gay. Can anybody say gay?
I could say girl. Yes, gay indeed, homosexual garbage. But unfortunately, fortunately though, Alex Laree interrupts. Oh my god!
Oh my god! A fit bird low blows them and spears the Japanese poor boy before giving him a spinning DDT.
I was under the impression this was the fan from earlier, but it's not.
No, that's Mickey James.
It's Mickey James. She's back.
She's back.
And she's ready to discriminate. Yes. Amazing stuff. The Christopher Street connection. they've been foiled once again, but I'm sure this will not be the end of them. Then we go into a very disconcerting graphic, or rather a video package, that refers us back to when Loki won at Boston, and then waiting for him back there was Xavier, and there's a lot of music and announcements playing, so Xavier just went, "I hope you are a man of your word," and then, Loki goes, "I'm totally forced." So, it's great. And then, so...
You wanna know my reaction when I started seeing this video package? Or, well, not really a video, but just the highlights, and then...
Tell me this reaction.
I was like, no, please, Loki, no. Because obviously I had an idea of what was about to happen here. And I am not in favour of it.
Well, I was quite steeled to it, because as Loki says, all you can do is be water. So yes, it turns out that Loki, his reign is coming to an end here, and it's doing so in the mid-card.
Yeah, fuck you, Loki.
This is too much. It is too much.
You got this brand off the ground. You're losing the title in the mid-card, bitch.
Yes, truly a flimsy reward for the work he's done. You know how, like, we observed the phenomenon wherein, you had a perfect string of voice, even though you never heard the guy.
Yeah.
Right? Well, I had a similar thing where, like, the Gabe voice that we have is, like, it's seemingly so different from, the actual Gabe Sapolsky, seemingly, right? But then, like Gabe, like, as the match starts, he just goes, "We got Loki," exactly like you do. Amazing stuff.
People need to stop doubting me. I just nail these impressions first time around.
Yes, you have a 2-track record.
And that's about as good as a track record can be.
Yes, absolutely. What gets brought up here is an idea that Gabe has that he then presents as if he didn't come up with it, but it's like, oh, what a good idea that is. He brings up that Xavier, apparently he was untoward in his challenge for the title, like him just like waiting around for the champion afterwards. That ain't how you do it here in Ring of Honor. What they're gonna do now? Have a #1 contender trophy.
Oh hell yeah! You've heard of #1 contendership matches. Well, now there's a trophy involved. Your mind's blown.
And now you got it's like it's akin to a mid-card title, a secondary title, like the Intercontinental Championship. Oh, what a great idea!
Fantastic idea by the Gabe Star.
Yes, he says so. He compliments his own ideas. It's great.
Wow, what a great idea. Wow, guys.
Impressed, Gabe.
Wow, guys, I really am a genius.
I mean, Gabe is a really good genius. I don't know him.
Xavier in this match, he's clear on a lower level than Loki. You can just feel at Eva that he's not as good. His stuff isn't as good. He brings down the match for how not good he is compared to Loki.
Yeah, this match is at its best when it's Loki just battering him with his kicks.
Yes.
At one point, Xavier decides he's had enough. He tries his own kicks, but they're pitiful to Loki. Pathetic.
Yeah, they are pitiful. There's 2 points about Loki here that Gabe, he leaps on. The first of it, which is the old adage of, like, he's just been a tour to Japan. He's been jet lagged. He's been on a plane. Now he's in a different time zone. This will affect his performance. Furthermore, he's had his ankle worked over as well by Xavier in this match, and so there's a pin that happens where Gabe, in his best, just like like Vince McMahon nearful voice or whatever, he just goes, the jet lag, the ankle, the cover. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Unfortunately, though, the same cannot be said about the turning point of this match, which is when Christopher Daniels, he comes out there.
Christopher Daniels!
What is he doing now?
Yeah, it's Gabe says, well, tonight is called Unscripted. We've never had a run-in in an ROH match. Fuck you, Gabe. Fuck you. You scripted this. You did. Also, yes, there have been run-ins. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
It's a lot like how you're talking about what with the he knows that someone got hurt, so he like knows the exact like cause to attribute to whatever. Here, it's very obvious what's going to happen. That being that Xavier will turn on Honor and join the Prophecy, right? And you know why? It's because he goes, Christopher Daniels has no business being out here. Both these guys, especially Xavier, love the code of honor.
Why did he say that?
Yeah, Xavier, he's a very honourable guy, one of the nicest guys to talk to. I'm just trying to make it obvious as possible that he could not possibly join the Prophecy. Oh no, what is this?
He's joined the Prophecy.
And then the what happens is Loki goes out to confront Christopher Daniels, and unsportsmanlike as Xavier, as he chop blocks Loki while he's turned around, and you know what, Gabe? He just goes, what the heck was that? Like angry Gabe.
What the hell was that? That's not the code of honor, you bitch!
And I really like I really like the way that this is solidified. Xavier does the betrayal where everyone's confused. What's going on? And then what Christopher Daniels does, he does his pose or whatever, and Xavier he just does his own pose oh. And then that's it. He's part of the Prophecy now. Oh no. And then Daniels, he's all yapping, jawing off at the mouth and whatnot.
He's going on and on.
It's going on and on. And what they do as the big thing is they take one of those wee concrete blocks that they use to support the guardrails, put it on Loki's tummy, and then they take a chair to it, and then he's coughing up blood and crawls back into the ring, right into the 450 splash from Xavier, who wins. Gabe, he is just
fuck you, Gabe.
Gabe, he's inconsolable, Xavier, he says he's number one, right? And Gabe's reaction, after he's been betrayed, so he's just like, Xavier says he's number one. You kidding me?
Yeah, it sucks, man. It sucks.
Yeah.
I hate it. Connor, I want you to make me sound like some fucked up demon or something to fully communicate how much I hate this. Because Loki's exactly the type of wrestler you can get a long reign out of easily, and it will all be exciting. You definitely can't say the same thing about Xavier, and his reign will be longer. This is a swerve for the sake of a swerve, and it sucks. One successful defense for Loki? Are you kidding me? You suck, Gabe.
One successful defense for Gabe. What's the same he's ever Gabe to maybe? But yes, Loki, he's been robbed. This is his only Ring of Honor title reign, I believe. And so, no more chances for champion Loki. It seems as if they really got it in the Boston show where he came out and murked someone and then he defended the title successfully, showing off both his capacity to kill and also capacity to put on damn clinics, However,
Yes.
This has been extinguished now. The match in a vacuum, I suppose, is a nice enough angle, but given the context of what cannot be now, it's unconscionable
Yeah.
Cannot approve of it.
I don't plan to get mad about 18-year-old booking on the regular, but this is worth getting mad at. It's Loki. Fuck you.
Yes. Yes, and then afterwards the Prophecy come in. They take one of the banners that says Ring of Honor on it, and symbolically, they place it over Loki as if he's dead.
They should have been like, Ring of Honor? More like Ring of Homos.
She's a big bitch.
Big ups to the 2006 CZW fans.
Yes.
Oh, can we stop this ramp and get a necro chant going? Necro. Hell yeah.
You know what I made up now is like I'm quite looking forward to when we come across this. I saw this clip of like I don't know what year it was, but it was a CCW match featuring Excalibur, right? It was a match he was in, and like I heard someone in the crowd just like it just starts screaming. He's like, "End this shit, please, please end this now!" and then you just hear Eric just go, "Now Excalibur with the arm drag." Like he just keep going on. It's really funny. So yeah,
that sounds like good shit. What year is that? Like,
yeah.
03?
I don't know when Excalibur like comes in or starts wrestling or whatever. Like I'd say maybe about like 2005, something like that.
I see.
Maybe we'll get to it soon enough. But for now, we get on to the next match. It's hard to move on after this, this screw job, veritably, of Loki. But fortunately, we can go on.
But I would say a good way to move on from that is just hitting like randomizer mode on an EWR game, and we've got Sonny Siaki flying Elvis against Takawa Mori. Okay, here we go then.
Yeah, Mori is here. He's here. He's got like the foreign heel and excursion white pants on. He's got like some like face paint on his eyes. He's thinking, yeah, I'm gonna work heel here for the American fans who are racist. This is quite an interesting little thing because this is him on they like Gabe. he notes that Omori's on his 6-month excursion to America from Pro Wrestling Noah. And he says, when he goes back, he's going to be ready for the big push, right? Unfortunately, I have to tell Gabe that Omori never made it back.
Oh.
Yeah, for a long time, people have thought that because the first year Noah was on operation, he had this big thing where after Hashimoto left New Japan, he decided to ally with Noah, and that was how you could get the big dream match of him versus Misawa or something like that, right? And so for their big show in Ariake Coliseum, the first time you ever ran that, it was him versus Omori, Hashimoto versus Omori. And the whole story of this match is that Hashimoto kicked him really hard, and so soon Omori was like, okay, I'm not doing this anymore, let's just end the match now. So it ended a couple minutes early, right? Okay. And, the whole story of that is meant to be that from that point, Misawa, Omori was in Misawa's doghouse, he was just fucking not well liked or whatever, right? And then that's attributed to the reasons as to why he leaves Noah, right? However, I've grown not to really accept this because, well, one, this is 2 years after that, right? And then that time he became a tag champion, a guy who was booked quite, well, And second of all, there is the other theory that while he's on this excursion, apparently he took a WWE tryout without, getting the authority of the office, So they would have been pissed about that or something like that. Now that's just a theory, but whatever happens, this excursion led to things just falling apart between him and Noah. I know that there was this official press conference where Misawa's like, yeah, that fucking guy's never appeared here again. And people are like, oh, unusual for a president to be so stern. So yeah, he's kind of like just in the middle of like fucking shit up, business wise, but it's okay. He's here. It's against Sonny Siaki.
I did get the sense that Gabe wasn't completely correct when he was saying like, "Oh, this guy's gonna next year at C Champ. You could be looking at him right here, you know."
Yeah.
I did also look at his cage match. It's like, yeah, he's in Noah for those first couple of years, and then straight to World Japan, which I imagine.
Yeah, straight to.
I imagine that was a fuck off back to World Japan situation there.
Yeah, like it was World Japan that he initially went with, and then he decided to go back to All Japan. I always wondered how like that worked, like because like recently I was just looking at like initial shows post split where like Masahito Kakihara, he was on the first Noah show, right? But then after that he left and went back to All Japan. And I just wondered what the exact procedure for that would be, because if it was me, and like I split off from a promotion in such a dramatic way, and then like a week later I go back and like, hey, how would that work? But yeah, that is how it went. And yeah, so he's here against Sonny Siaki. Sonny Siaki, is he one of the Flying Elvises? I forget.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
he is a Flying Elvis.
And, a cool team indeed. Yeah,
pretty cool. They keep referring to Omori as Takeo Omori.
Yeah,
that's good for
like at one point, like during the show, they call him Takayo Omori, which Takai is the word for high. So that's just him, like, during this day, 420.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
Light that shit up if you fucking feel me.
If you feel me. Well, I don't particularly feel you, so I'm not going to light up.
Oh, goddammit.
Gabe says that like Omori, like he was tagging with Yoshihiro Takayama and this big team called No Fear, and Takayama, he himself is a big star because he doesn't just wrestle in Noah, he also wrestles in New Japan, and he's also wrestled in Pride.
He had a professional wrestling match in Pride. Good for him.
Gabe. Something I'm quite curious about. I don't know how possible it will be to research this, but Gabe brings up that, like, the Japanese press is here. Not just because of Omori, but also because of Toko and Hidaka. Although I'd assume, like, that big Noah guy is probably, like, of more importance to Weekly Pro reporters. But it just makes me wonder what the Weekly Pro coverage of this would be if I could track down, like, the October 2002 issue of the magazine, where we get to hear what they thought of the fallen angel Christopher Daniels.
You gotta know what they thought.
Yes, absolutely.
Omori hits his finish on Siaki while his bum is out, and he wins.
His bum is out.
His bum is out.
He hits the axe guillotine driver, and his bum is exposed. I saw that happen once in a show in 2018, and similar, just like, oh Omori, yes. Oh. There's just like one more Gabeism that happens here, which is that, this Ray fella, he makes a point about the crowd. I believe he's kind of wording it like, oh, well, the crowd may seem quiet, or something like that, right? And then, like, he brings up, like, WWE as, like, a reference point, And, like, he goes to say, oh, it's not like WWE where the crowds are, like, he gets caught up. And, like, Gabe just goes, just a cheered entrance. I'm like, yeah, that's right. It's like, oh, Gabe, oh, he's getting saucy.
Gabe after hours.
Gabe after dark.
Oh.
Oh boy, amazing.
The only thing that's going to be dangerous is the extreme sexual practices that will go on.
The extreme sexual practice, eh?
Indeed.
Wow. Tell me what happens next on this show.
Well, the next person we see... let me just... hold on. Before I tell you who this is, let me just have a swig from my Pepsi here. Now, who do you reckon I could be talking about? I could be talking about anybody. I'm just drinking my Pepsi. Oh, actually, mate, it's CM Punk. Oh. Oh. Now, I should have learned my lesson from last time, skimming Punk live journal entries, but I'm just going to go ahead and read this one because it looks great. Okay, so
Okay.
this is called "We'll See How Smart You Are When the K9 Comes." Thursday, January 8th, 2004, Baltimore, Maryland. Allison Danger picks up the innocent-looking punk rock wrestling hooligan who hasn't slept on a Wednesday night in the past 3 months at the Baltimore airport. Great grammar.
Wow.
What follows is their story. Names have been mostly made up due to Punk's hatred for officers of, quote-unquote, the law.
Oh!
Now, this might actually be good. Punk's gonna give it to the cops. We'll see who comes out on top here. So yeah, I let Alison drive my car, and she doesn't crash it. So we celebrate by me getting pulled over for, are you ready for this? Drum roll. Driving too close to the vehicle in front of me. At least that's what the very clean-cut looking officer, who more than likely winds down his hard day's quote-unquote work by downing a case of beer and beating his wife silly because he's embarrassed. He can't help his 8-year-old with his math homework, told me. I was told that I was following 1.5 car lengths behind the guy that cut me off when I was supposed to be following him 2 car lengths. Officer Douche McAllister asks me the usual questions, and the entire conversation went exactly like this. Pig McBlueboy says, "Do you have anything in the car in the way of drugs or weapons?" Punk says, "No." Pig McBlueboy says, "Okay, I'm going to run your license. Just sit tight." Punk says, "No worries." Idiot cop walks back to his car. In the meantime, another squad pulls up. Punk says, "Figures they'd need 2 cars for something as stupid as this. I can't believe he's writing me a ticket for something this stupid." Alison Danger, looking at the side mirror of Punk's car, says, "Punker, I want you to keep calm." "Oh, Punker, please keep calm." Punk says, "Huh? I am calm. I just think it's stupid that Punk sees the second squad as a K9 unit. What the fuck?" Allison says, "Punk, just keep cool." Punk says, "Fuck that, I don't." Oh, you've got to be kidding me." Officer 2 approaches my car with his drug dog. And that's in all caps there. "A drug dog for me? I'm fucking straight edge." Punk rolls down passenger side window and yells at cop, "Are you ribbing me? Get that fucking dog away from my car. Are you ribbing me?" Restless bro. Officer does not respond. Punk says, "Seriously, are you fucking kidding me? Hey." Officer starts to knock on Punk's car with his hands. Punk says, Okay, honestly, you fucking dick. Get the fuck away from my car or I'll eat your dog."
Wow.
Officer 1 approaches Punk's car once the dog and Officer 2 are circling the car. Officer Dickhead says, "Can I ask you to step out the car?" Punk says, "Absolutely not." Officer Asshole says, "Well, I need to explain this to you." Punk says, "Do it with me in the car." Officer Bitch Ass says, "Well, you can step out of the car." Punk says, "You know what? Fine. And now this is where it gets fairly hilarious, people. I literally step out of the car, and once I'm fully stood up, I'm at least a foot taller than this cop. The look on his face was priceless. He takes a step back, and I shit you not, gulps. Ah!
Wow.
CM Punk, come on. Nobody has ever gulped at CM Punk. I'd imagine I'm horribly frighting looking by this point. Because I'm legit furious that this little bullshit profile stop of my car results in a drug dog harassment. He backs up, never taking his eyes off me, and I nearly back him into traffic. Officer just shit in his pants says, this is your warning. Punk says, great, turns to walk away. Officer Banana Brains says, you need to take this, but before I give it to you, what do you want to tell me about what's in your car? Punk, now turning green. What? Officer, please don't kill me, says, is there anything in your car you want to tell me about? I'll give you the chance to tell me the truth. Why you were in Nashville. Punk, raising his fists right in the cop's face. What do my knuckles say? Cop says, why were you? And it gets cut off by a very angry Punk. Punk says, what do my knuckles say?
Yeah.
A very sad-looking policeman says, drug-free. Punk says, exactly, so I'm a little offended about the dog right now. Police says, okay, well, here's your warning. Have a nice day. Punk says, go fuck yourself. And to sum up, Punk says, reading this back now, it doesn't even do it justice. Alison was sure that I was going to jail due to the way I was freaking out. Every day of my life is like this. Never slowing down, always topping the day before. Life is hard, and I hate politics. Jimmy Raver's going bold. Bill Behrens is a son of a bitch. And I, soon to be the leader of the world, am better than you. Go play in traffic. Also, R.I.P. Sterling James Keenan's girlfriend Iguana. Jesus, XXX.
What the fuck?
Corey Graves had a girlfriend called Iguana, and she's dead. Rip. And his current mood was crushed. So yeah,
I'm sure it's over that. Yeah,
a long entry, but I think that was worth it. I think my favourite bit was when he steps out of the car and he says that the police officer literally gulped.
Really, Eva? Like, I am like a teetotaler, but like, you know, I can understand that I might look like a right nut, so like a can might come out. That's like, okay, well, I don't do drugs, officer, it's fine, you know. But like, seeing fucking just like, you know, why did this fucker reach what's on my knuckles beforehand? You know, it was just beautiful.
What? Yeah, well, are you ribbing me? That was great. Wrestlers are hilarious.
Absolutely. So CM Punk is out here at Ring of Honor.
Ring of Honor? You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, he made his debut in CZW last time, and now here he is in Ring of Honor. It appears that this is a lot more serviceable to him than CZW, apparently. The guy who has Jink him, as we've previously established, he's there, and he like yells out to Punk, "Go smoke some weed, bro!" And then Punk's like, "No, I'm straight edge. Read my knuckles."
What do my knuckles say?
I was going green. And then
Punk now turning green.
I like to imagine that, like, you know, rather than it being an asterisk thing, like Punk just told the officer, "Okay," turns to walk away. So yeah, he gets in the ring on the stick, And he says that somebody told me there's wrestling in Philadelphia again.
What?
Yeah, and like he appears to agree with this whole premise. Then who's it comes out to combat him on the mic?
That would be Colton Cabana.
What the fuck?
He just appears. Punk also says he's going right with the ROH, narratives. Like, this is not entertainment, and through sheer coincidence, he'll be wrestling for ROH next month.
It appears that Gabe is being a real mover and shaker.
Good for the Gabester.
Good for the Gabester. Colt Cabana. I didn't listen to anything he fucking said.
No, it's not important. They will wrestle next time around. The mic fucks up on Punk. God damn it, Lobo!
Oh, Lobo's powers. They're just so chaotic.
Lobo is responsible for every fucked up mic in Philadelphia.
Lobo is getting revenge because he drank Pepsi. And then CM Punk fucks on him like this by going to the competition. Fuck you, your mic's not working anymore.
Yeah.
So, yes.
So
Colt Cabana versus CM Punk. It was such a great combo, and I loved their matches.
Yeah, everyone has just been amazing.
Yeah, they've all been amazing, Eric.
We get on to what might be the best thing in the show. This feud, Briscoe versus Briscoe, it is the best thing that Gabe has ever done.
It really is great, isn't it?
Jay Briscoe, he's in a room alone, cameras on his face. He says, everywhere I go, people always ask about Ring of Honor. And I tell them, oh, working with Ring of Honor's been great. And he looks down. Sad. But I don't know, I think I've been lying. I have to admit I was lying. Ring of Honor's not been great at all.
Oh, poor Jay Briscoe.
Jay Briscoe, he recounts this horribly frustrating time he's had in Ring of Honor. The losses to Amazing Red, to the Spanky, and then he talks about how he thought that after those two losses he would be allowed back in Ring of Honor. But then he beat Tony Mamluk. He was so happy. He felt so proud. Then Mark, he ruined the moment by winning a wise ass backstage.
His brother!
His brother. And then the thing in Boston where Mark can wrestle, because you see, Mark is very jealous that Jay is 18 years old. And then he's like, oh, the first time I ever bled, Mark, was by your hand. The very same blood that I bled runs through your veins. And then, he says, I don't even want to go home now, Mark. I don't even want to see my mama and my papa, because I know you're going to be there to say, I want to know, Jay. So now, I'm never losing again.
Yeah. Good for you, Jay. Stick up for yourself, man.
Yes.
So now we get Jay. He's got the opportunity to right his first wrong in the Ring of Honor against his first opponent, Amazing Red.
Amazing Red. He's in the back. The camera, it goes all the way through the curtain to look at Amazing Red, who is warming up. What's this? It's Mark Briscoe! It's Mark Briscoe! And he goes up to Red and he's like, hey man, I'm on the This was fucking great. I was like, when I saw him come up and down, I was like, ah!
Hey, let me manage you tonight, bro.
I can get you the victory. But then Amazing Red, he doesn't.
He's like, nah. He kicks him in the face.
Kicks him in the face. And then he goes out and gets fucking eaten by Jay Briscoe. Holy shit.
Yeah, so these two, they were fun together on the first show, and they're fun together here. It's probably a bit better this time around. Red does fucking Code Red off the second rope, and the Red Star Press. Crowd goes crazy for, especially after Jay kicks out, and then it really fucking kicks off. Jesus, because Jay invents Jay Briscoe mode. It's never happened before now, but he's just gone Jay Briscoe mode. He fucking he dumps Red on his neck with it was like a weird Alabama slam type move, but while he was on his back, strange one, but it looked very cool. Red lands right on his neck. Then he fucking kills him with a big power bomb, and then he fucks him up with the J Driller for the win. Damn, that was pretty sick.
Yeah, just a variety of workage. That's great. Jay Briscoe, he's righted it wrong. He's on a path to redemption, a path to honor against his brother. And then after this, he leaves.
Gabe says, Gabe proudly goes, the code of honor, that's what it's all about. These two respecting each other. Gabe, mate. Honor. Gabe, I prefer the fucking cool moves and stuff. But, it's the beauty of pro wrestling. I like the matches and stuff. Gabe just likes the handshakes. That's what he cares about.
Yeah. He says that WWE crowds he just care about the entrances. Meanwhile, he just cares about happens after the match. You kidding me? But yeah, then after this, Jay leaves, and then Amazing Red is attacked by Special K, who are then attacked by the SAT, and then they both leave as the big man. He's back.
Oh yeah, hell yeah! It's Slugger, that random ass guy.
Yeah,
he's
big
back.
Man is here.
He's back after his appearance, crowning a champion, I believe. Gabe still doesn't know who he is, and apparently all he's come to do is Robbo the ref, and and then he just goes and stands back in the crowd and folds his arms. Hell yeah! Yeah,
the big man has the ref. And then he works him. Then he just goes back, and people love it, and I love it too. That's pretty cool. I don't know who the big man is gonna align himself with, but we're happy to see it. And then we get on to a blood feud.
Street fight time. Michael Shane and Paul London.
I've been hearing that Michael Shane's been bad mouth my family, right? I've been hearing it from a couple of wrestlers, and I've just got to say, Michael Shane, right? if you have a problem with me, right? You go to anybody in the country, we're gonna have a street fight. Right?
Yeah, so the finish of this match is when Paul London pulls off the little twisty from all the way up on the ladder. Nah, but yeah.
Michael Shane versus Paul London.
Michael Shane, you've been dodging me. You slept with my ex.
Michael Shane, I've known him a while, right? And he slept with my ex, and I asked him if he did, and he said he didn't, and I said, okay, we shook hands on it, and then I found out he did.
At the end of the day, it is what it is.
Fair enough, you want to blackball me, but I've got family going through that. I believe this is all a lot more worthwhile than discussing this match, which wasn't very good.
What? You didn't like this match?
Either. It was poopy.
You're poopy. Fuck you.
What the fuck? What the fuck? I'm poopy?
Yeah. I'm going to bat for this match, which is great.
Oh.
Damn, this is not going to be a good portion of the show.
Well, this match has a bunch of stuff that looks nice.
Yeah, because it is. You fucking. I'm so offended.
Wow.
This match is great. Come on. Come on.
This match.
I'm gonna pull a Regal on you. Watch it again. Watch it again, bitch. Come on.
Watch it again.
Watch it again, sunshine, or I will gladly change into my wrestling attire and fucking hit you in the face.
This match has like a bunch of stuff that's like, it's like quite nice, as in like the stuff where like, heads are into the table and that's cool, and then like, the ladder bit where like, it seems as if he's going to telegraph like, I'm going to get drop kicked into here, but then he, raises up and all. That's quite nice, but it gets to a point where it becomes like a listlessly done ladder epic, where it's just like, I think by the time it's like,
but
it was just like,
it's not really a ladder match though.
What?
It's not really a ladder match though.
Well, okay, then I shall further specify myself. A epic featuring a ladder. That is not specifically a ladder match, but there's a ladder involved in a lot of the spots.
I don't see this epic that you apparently saw.
Well, it's because of basically the stretch we're in. It just like is a prolonged thing of, he is finisher. He can't possibly kick out. Oh, he kicked out, and now it's time for the other guy's finisher. Oh, he kicked out, and then meanwhile, like everyone's going, this is amazing, and I just wasn't buying what they were selling, Eva.
Well, I did. I bought 19 copies.
Wow, you didn't sell it. You bought in.
Hell yeah, I did. Listen, there might be a bit of Paul London bias talking, but I think this is a great Ring of Honor match. I loved it. There's an immediate start to it. That's one of Eva's fucking cliche fucking things that she likes in a lot of her matches. It's immediate starts. London gets bloodied up. I like this match, man. This doesn't feel right. I feel like I'm being forced to defend it now.
I will say there's an illustration of the way that I view botches, right? Because you remember like that first like spot where they attempted to catch.
Yeah.
And how they fuck it up, right? Where like Gabe just like, he kind of tried to grab his leg or something like that, right? I really enjoyed that because it reminded me of when I would play with my action figures, right? And at some point I would get bored of just like, moving them particularly. So what I would do is I would just like kind of throw them up in the air at each other, and like whatever happened. I just like, throw them up. Oh, he did a backdrop, something like that, right? And it was quite nice just getting rid of that. And then later on, the ladder gets involved, and they do another catch power bomb that's considerably more successful, right? It's just like done perfectly, and everyone loves it. They're clapping a lot. It just looks like a fucking Cirque du Soleil trick, Eva. Just like there's just nothing to it. He just like went right into it. What was he planning to do if he didn't get caught? What's this?
Well, I was, when I saw that spot, I did think flying nothing, but then I thought, he could do Rana.
But he's not going to do Rana.
He might have done.
No,
I'm getting really defensive now.
No, look.
He might have done Rana, Connor. Watch it again.
All I have seen of Wrestle Kingdom this year was the GIF in which...
Wrestle Kingdom?
Yes, where Okada?
Ibushi.
when Ibushi gets a catch power bomb of Okada, right? And then, like, you look at the setup to this, where Okada does, like, he basically just, like, goes right into it. And then, like, people in the group chat were all like, maybe he could have done a Rana. He never does a Rana. Maybe he was doing a dropkick. He wasn't doing a dropkick. He was just setting himself up to be powerbombed. He was like, hey, powerbomb me now! And that's exactly what's going on here. No Rana, just powerbomb.
He might have done Rana though. Watch it again. Watch it again. I will stay here. You watch it again, and we'll come back when we agree on this. Because this match is good. All right.
The first ever episode of Paul London's Air podcast, The Pleb. Tell me how this match ends, you match lover.
I mean, I do love some matches, I can't deny.
You just get a box of matches, you're like, that's me sorted.
So I think why I do love this match is every time Paul London gets to shine, he just looks fucking magnificent, and it was his like real star-making performance. Like you could obviously the crowd are into him, but he hasn't had a match where the crowd have been able to invest him in a super amount. He's mostly been doing that TWA stuff where he'll have to wrestle some guy named John Hope, who has no hope. Let's face it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, every time London gets shine, he just looks fucking magnificent. The finish is right. So there's this tall ladder which they have brought out. There's another ladder which is normal size, but this one is tall. Michael Shane gets back body dropped onto it, and you can see it's quite crooked, and you think, okay, well, they're probably not gonna fucking do anything off that now. But they do, and watch it again. You'll see. You'll absolutely see that this happens.
I did see it.
Well, watch it again. And you'll see it harder. And London climbs up that thing. My fucking heart was in my stomach. Let me tell you about that. And then he does his fucking typically amazing shooting star press from way up there, gets the win. The crowd have been chanting "Please don't die," which is I think this would be the origin of that. Pretty synonymous with Paul London's Ring of Honor run, actually. Yeah,
interesting.
He wins with the epic fucking shooting star press from way up there. I had a great time, and I think if you watched it again, you probably would.
Where's Rudy Boy? I wanted him out here, so he could have given another one of those inspiring performances in the seconds where my heartstrings get tugged. Meanwhile, there's no Rudy Boy here. It seems as if he's just eliminated as a storyline note. No reference made to him, and it's quite sad.
I think it will be better. He's not wrestled Carino yet, has he?
Well, I know about Carino's wrestling nobody.
He is going to wrestle Carino at some point, so we have that to look forward to.
I just wish that he was in this match, because that was my favourite part of the no chicanery match between Michael Shane and Paul London.
So there's a post-match to this. Huge crowd reception for the match. They do their normal thing every time they see a match that they give
full agreement of this crowd, aren't you?
Well, no, because they chant match of the year, and my match of the year for 2002 is hold on. Oh, it's Lobo versus Zandig. So
wow, so too much loving for the Connor kids, but too extreme for the ROH kids.
Yes, of course.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah, Gabe weeps with pride as Shane and London adhere to the code of honor, and they even hug. Oh, look at them, bless them, the TWA trainees having a hug after this hard-fought battle. But wait a minute, the fucking what?
Oh,
Michael Shane, he swerves everybody by giving Paul London a clothesline and beating him up. What an asshole!
He swerves everybody again. At this point, you can't even be surprised. Gabe. Yeah, Michael Shane continues his shit, you know. He's seemingly being set up as a real heel in ROH, perhaps second only to the fallen angel Christopher Daniels in the Prophecy. We'll just have to see what stuff he gets up to in the future here in Ring of Honor, won't we?
We will.
Yes. Then we move on back to the Fan Fest
the fan fest.
In the ring, for some reason.
In the ring! Damn, Drew McDonald's busting in that shit now. In the ring!
Okay, but I don't know what they got here on you, Drew McDonald. So at FanFest, for some reason, Michael Modest and Donovan Morgan, they're there. Michael Modest trained Donovan Morgan. Donovan Morgan says so. He's like, okay, man, you trained me, so I feel I need to tell you what's going on here. And then, like, he's basically saying that this Ring of Honor crap about shaking hands with Corbett, and Michael Modest's like, well, I don't agree with that. And he's like, join the prophecy. It's like, no. And he's like, what the fuck? And then they start fighting, and then Morgan runs away, and Modest's like, hey, come back here, you asshole. And then cuts to this, which is the finals for the Ring of Honor tag team titles. It's a prophecy versus the Mo-Dragon, which is Modest and Dragon. It's a combo. It's quite great. It's quite brilliant, really, because the prophecy, they come out, and then Modest and Dragon come out. Dragon, he goes, and then Modest comes out. He just stares right into the ring, goes, you piece of garbage, Donovan, I'm gonna put you over my knee and spank your little ass. It was beautiful.
This match, I wrote that it's hard to follow the street fight, but I suppose you only watched that match once, so.
Yes, as for myself, I really thought it was a match that happened, as opposed to a match that happened after a great match.
Well, I reckon, say, right, imagine this, yeah?
Uh-huh.
There's the Paul London Michael Shane match.
Uh-huh.
You've seen it once.
Uh-huh. Picture
this, yeah?
Uh-huh.
Watching it again.
I don't get it.
Watch it again!
I really like Donovan Morgan, don't you?
To change the subject on me. Watch it again.
Just everything he does is quite nice. I like it. Michael Modest, he continues to not have it. Gabe, right? There's a bunch of guardrail action going on in Ring of Honor, as we all know. And there's a different perspective on it from commentary, because now they're bringing it up as an in-joke, akin to that Spanish commentary table, how it always gets broken and stuff like that, right? And now Gabe, he was someone get whipped into the guardrail, and before it, Gabe will just go, no, not the guardrail again. And I like that perspective, because he would be the one who has to pay for those. So it's once again they're broken. So it's great. Then after this, they bring up before the match ends, actually, the status of the tag team championships. What form do they take, Eva?
Well, Gabe's been to the fucking trophy store, 'cause these are these are also trophies, not belts. Well, it's just one trophy. You cheap fuck, Gabe. You cheap fuck.
It's just one trophy. This will be shared among two people.
Yeah, obviously, this trophy does not last long, but I like to imagine it lasting a bit longer, and the tag team champions have to carry it one hand each.
Yeah, imagine if you get stopped to the airport, Balls Mahoney style, right? Ball style, and
Ball style.
you're having to plead your case to an officer who may very well shit his pants if you say the right words to him, and you have to go hey, you're talking to a Ring of Honor tag team champion here, and initially it's oh, here comes the big duty, but then wait a second, I need some proof. and you remember,
is it big duty, or do they go gulp?
They're midway through gulping, but then you realize, I need some proof here. Where's your title? And then you remember, my tag team partner's appearing on Blue Peter today, so they brought the trophy with him. And then you're fucked, you know. Courtesy of Gabe. Gabe fucked you.
Curse you, Gabe. The first ever ROH tag title match. This is it's nothing special, really. It's alright, but it's nothing special. No need to watch this again.
Yeah. Yes. Like the guys who are good here, they continue to be pretty good. Daniels, meanwhile, he's like still just like the same as previously said. Just like, you know, I noticed throughout this that he's a guy who, like, you know, very very faithfully sticks to the Southern tag formula. You know, he's cutting off that baby face. He's making sure the ref doesn't see the tags and all that, right? All stuff that, you know, seemingly is held as like an objective standard of good, but like, you know, it's just so and so yeah, like it's not something that's going to be the most compelling.
This match
thing,
really,
you know?
This is the match that suffers because they gave fucking the baby faces the bye instead of the heels. If Dragon and Modest had to wrestle an extra match, there'd be a dynamic there that you could sort of cling on to, but it's not. You know, Daniels and Morgan actually win clean as well.
Yeah, exactly. Like
they win this one clean.
They win this one clean. They have cheated the rest of the time.
It's insane.
And then, like,
Gabe, come on.
So the heroic heels, who, as Gabe says, have defeated an all-star roster's worth of people, and then they win this clean. And then Daniels and Modest, they're like, fuck you, we're gonna beat you up. Why? They took some cheap shots. Big whoop. Quit crying.
Yeah, and then after the match, when the Prophecy win, they batter the shit out of their trophy.
Yeah.
It's like, you remember, did you ever watch Bret Hart versus Vince McMahon? Where you end up just like completely accidentally feeling a degree of sympathy for fucking Vince McMahon.
Yes.
This is like that. We've been forced to feel a degree of sympathy for the Prophecy, for fuck's sake.
Yes.
This is the one fucking storyline that you're really focusing on, and you still haven't got it right.
Yeah. They bring in the trophy, and like the guy goes, "Oh, there it is, the beautiful trophy." and I look at that, I'm like, "Beautiful, huh?" I'll just put that in quotation marks. And then, like,
shit on your trophy,
Dragon. Modest and Dragon, they get the trophy in their hands, and, you know, like, the Prophecy, they're on the outside. They're like, "No, don't do it." And then Modest and Dragon are like, "I'm gonna do it." So they take a chair to the trophy, and they start like murking it. And then Dragon, he holds up a little bit of the trophy. He's like, "You want this? You want this?" And he puts it on his penis. And he goes like, "I'm good." And then, you know, whole idea is, you don't want to go into the look at Dragon's penis, you know. So the trophy's lost.
Damn. R.I.P. the trophy. 2002 to 2002.
I'd love it if the number one contender trophy just got smashed the first day as well.
Yeah, that really needs to happen. Fuck that concept. That stupid concept.
Yeah. The last segment on this show, right, is it cuts to Simply Luscious and the new ROH champion Xavier. Xavier, he's a very vain man. Simply Luscious, she like complains of perhaps a like bruise on her face, and she's like, do I have a bruise on my face, Xavier? And Xavier's like, I don't know. Check out my title to see, you know, because it's reflective, because it's so gold, like, you know, a corruptness inside his heart. And then here comes the Prophecy. They go, "Hey, I told you." And then they sit down and like Donovan Morgan, he's very concerned about the condition of their trophy. He like Christopher Downs is like, we won the tag team titles, and hey, we're not going to defend them. And then Donovan's like, oh, we can't defend them yet, even if we wanted to, because the trophy's all busted. And then he's like, oh, we got to take it to the trophy shop. Like Downs like, fuck that, I don't care. Like, and he says something about, why is our trophy anyway? What's if these guys want to be Japanese? So that's something as well, I suppose. Daniels has come out against the real spirit of Ring of Honor, that being weeabooism. And then it's very strange the way they build to the matches that are coming next time, because in the past they've at least had this like pretense where fucking like there'll just be some sort of like confrontation made up where they go like, oh hey, October 1st we're gonna have a match now, like deal, and then they walk off, right? But here in this thing, Christopher Dye's just like, hey, you know what? Apparently, Doug Williams and Dick Togo have been having problems with me. Apparently, just those two random people, and what they're gonna have a match next month. And like, okay.
Sick. We did get some interesting names advertised to us for the coming shows. Samoa Joe, Doug Williams, and Abdullah the fucking Butcher. Hell yeah, he's coming. Yeah,
Abdullah the Butcher's coming by. They're not sure if he's going to follow Code of Honor. That's not the top of the list of my possible concerns about this. But in any case, he's coming. The Butcher is coming to Ring of Honor. It's going to be great. And so, as far as Xavier goes, this new member of the Prophecy, who Downs is very proud of, he says that you're not going to defend that title. You're going to have a tune-up match, non-title. And I'm gonna, who should I pick? I need the biggest loser in Ring of Honor. And then, immediately, Mark Briscoe, he's there, says, sorry to interrupt you, but I heard you're looking for a big loser. And Dan's like, yeah. Mark goes, I know a biggest loser. My brother Jay.
Oh, shit. You just came out and said it.
I reminded myself there of like Karen Jarrett just going, my brother Dave Briscoe. But yeah, Daniels is like, oh, of course, Dave Briscoe, he's a big loser. Xavier will face him. And then he talks a bunch, and then he's like, we control the Ring of Honor, the Prophecy, and he looks over and Mark still is like, what are you doing here still? And then he pushes away, oh no.
Mark looked pleased to be in their company. He looks like he needed some friends. But Dan is just like, we still didn't get out of it.
Yeah. Just hanging around in a conversation, just like, feel as if you belong. Struggle of Mark. Yeah.
He might be 1-0, but he's 0-0 in terms of having friends.
Wow.
So, what was your overall feelings on this show?
Ring of Honor has continued its streak of being enjoyable to watch. Like this show, much like Boston, featured good graps, as well as like a bunch of funny shit. Like Gabe being here. This might be the reverse of like every single other commentary team I've came across, bar like CCW, wherein initially I just fucking hate these guys. It's an active detriment to my watching, but then I come around to them and really love them. Maybe this will be the reverse, wherein I'll come to hate Gabe, but like here, he was just like,
I feel like that's gonna happen.
We've been told that about Justice Payne before, and it's not come true yet.
Yeah, but I'm saying it this time. You're gonna hate him.
But he just seemed like such a perfect ideal of Gabeism,
To be fair to the Gabe style, he is an improvement over Donny B and Carino.
Yes. It's like Gabeism from the horse's mouth. It's a very peaceful experience where you can just float away on a plane, on a cloud, and just listen to Gabe.
Closing my eyes and trying to count Gabes to get myself to sleep.
1, 2. So yeah, an enjoyable show for me. What about for you?
It was on a similar level to the last show, the Honor Invades Boston show. Very much just a step up in general. The tag title stuff was going so well, and then they just it was given American Dragon and Michael Modest the buys that really just kind of threw that tournament in the bin for me. So that was definitely a downside, but overall, still, totally more tolerable time than most of the ones that we've seen so far. And I suppose now there's nothing else to do but to summarise this shit in our own fucking unique ways. You bastard. Go on, you start.
I got nothing else to do. Yes, Stephen my opinions on the show. Okay, here we go. It's my opinions on this show. What was the show named again? Unscripted. That's
Unscripted, bitch.
Here's my
How did you
opinions on
forget?
Unscripted. How could I forget? Here's opinions. Oh. Oh, disgraceful. Oh. That's it.
Well. Alright then. So I'll go ahead of mine.
Yes, please do.
So, the prophecy against the SAT. Ooh, yeah. Not the freaking FBI against Dick Togo in Hikoto Hidaka. Oh, yeah. James Maritato against Tony Mamaluke. Oh, cool. Oh, you bastard. Oh, you dishonourable bastard. American Dragon and Michael Modest against Divine Storm. Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah, man. The Prophecy against Togo and Hidaka. Oh, yeah. Let's go to that time, but fucking still good. Alex Arion versus Dunn. Literally just a full stop. Low-key versus Xavier. Okay. Sonny Siaki versus Takawa Mori. Oh, random. Also, nice arse.
Nice arse.
Amazing Red versus Jay Briscoe. Oh, he's Merkling. Oh, he's throttling him. Oh, he's murderizing him. Oh, it's over. The street fight. Michael Shane against Paul London. Watch it again. Watch it again. Watch it again. Watch it again.
Leave my reaction to this. Tell what you thought of it.
Watch it again. Well, yeah, I loved it. And if you watch it again, you'll see why. Well, I fucking loved it.
I fucking loved it. Tell him it's main event.
There you go. And that was Unscripted, bitch. What are you gonna do about it, bitch? Nothing, bitch. So fuck you, bitch. I'm giving 2 middle fingers while I do. Fuck you, bitch. Unscripted, bitch. End of show.
I'm going off a script myself. You know why?
Why?
Because I'm no much of that good.
And they do get a 2 count on Hidaka right there, who is in trouble. Another 2 count. Donovan Morgan knows it's all about getting that pin, and in this business, it's all about getting that win, which means you can't get the win unless you go for the pin, so it can't hurt to ever do it. Plus, your opponent's going to take energy to kick.
He's better losing precious life plasma.
You understand what I'm saying? Find out who killed Robert Kennedy.